Hello, I'm Karina,
And I'm Maddie.
and
I'm
welcome
Brendan.
to Everything But the Fairy Tale Sink.
We're talking about.
This week we are talking about Baba Yaga, which I'm very excited about.
I don't know why, but every time I hear Baba Yaga, I want to be like Baba Yaga, like really aggressive.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna ask you, do either of you know much about Baba Yaga yet?
I know of the existence of her, and I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't remember much.
Yeah, I just only remember what I know from pop culture references, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Should I be scared?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared should we be?
Like a 7. Yeah. We are joined again this week by Maddie's boyfriend, Brendan. He introduced himself last week, so we're not going to spend too long on that.
I like how we did that, and I can't on neither of us.
I know.
Yeah, so anyways, recommendations of the day. Do you guys want to go first this time?
My recommendation, I wrote it down on a sticky note because I always end up forgetting what I recommend. My recommendation is Kingdom of the Curse, which is the second book to Kingdom of the Wicked. Have we recommended that?
Yeah.
I know we've recommended Kingdom of the Wicked. Anyways, Kingdom of the Cursed is the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. 18 plus. Yeah. I don't have much more to say on it.
Rated R.
18 plus, rated R.
But very good. They don't have it.
Not anymore?
No, it's really upsetting.
That was really good. I remember that.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you guys cry tears of sadness. The moment of sad. Yeah, it's very sad anyways.
All right. So if you haven't already, to our viewers, go ahead and pause this video, get yourself a hot drink and the coziest sweater or blankie that you can find. My recommendation is maybe not today because it's Black Friday, but go to Starbucks and get yourself either a peppermint mocha or caramel brulee latte. I do not recommend the sugar cookie latte. It was real gross.
I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know.
What about the gingerbread one?
So you're really pulling an Are You Scared here?
No, I'm really not. I'm
about to pay remember, get your stuff, lock your doors.
Lock your doors, turn off the lights. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna have you two close your eyes because I'm gonna
see. The last time you told me to close my eyes, it didn't end well.
I will have you open your eyes before it ends badly. So imagine that you're in a cold, snowy winter wonderland. There's no modern technology, but that's okay. The wolves can talk, and there are firebirds in the sky, which is super cool.
Okay.
Everything from the trees surrounding you to the stone on the ground is vivid and possibly alive. It's all treacherous, but it is more beautiful than words can describe. You can.
And suddenly a big bear man jumps out of the woods and goes rawr.
You wish. She's so much worse. Yeah, so our story takes place. You guys can open your eyes, by the way. Our story today takes place in the strange, fantastical version of Old Russia, spanning into Northeast Europe. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite feminist icon, the ugly, cannibalistic swamp witch herself, Baba Yaga.
Excellent.
My role model.
Your role model?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, clarifying now, people do call her a feminist icon as a joke. Taisa Kitaskaya, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but the creator of feminist humor column Ask Baba Yaga, I think explains it perfectly, saying, that image of an old woman living in the woods doing whatever she wants all day continues to be my dream for myself. So
I would not want to live isolated alone in the woods. Every little scrape of branches, I'd be like, who's there? I get really paranoid.
But it'd be so nice.
It would be nice. It would be quiet.
Until a noise happens.
Until a noise happens, and then you're like, who's there?
All I will say, if I had her powers, I would be so down. Anyways,
finger guns.
Scholars actually don't know when about her legend was born, but many assume it's from the old European religious pantheon. We've talked about that a little bit. Basically, the old religion that we don't have much information on. She's been a pretty prevalent character, though, in oral tradition for millennia. However, she didn't join the written world until Mikhail Lomonosov's 1755 work, which translates to English as Russian Grammar. And speaking of her name, Baba Yaga, there is probably a million possible meanings to this. It is usually agreed that Baba, depending on the Slavic language, means old woman, hag, or grandmother.
I love
Yaga
how it
or
can be old woman, which is nice. Hag, which
Hag.
is rude. And then grandma.
There's no nice meaning for Yaga. It is also spelled Yaga with an I. It has no definite consensus, but some possible meanings are horror or shudder in Serbian and Croatian languages, anger in the Slovenian language, witch in Old Czech, wicked wood nymph in modern Czech, witch/fury in Polish, and serpent or snake in Sanskrit.
So you could have the hag snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Grandma
however,
Snake. You want to go visit Grandma Snake, kids?
Grandma Wicked Wood Nymph.
Grandma Wicked Wood Nymph. She lives in the trees, and every time you call for her, she throws candy at you, but like full speed.
We'll get into that.
Like a bullet.
However, one of Baba Yaga's most popular connotations in Western media is as one of John Wick's epithets in the John Wick series. And they say this means the boogeyman, but that's actually incorrect. They think that like people who speak Russian got mixed up with the babaka, but the Russian mobsters are basically calling John Wick Spooky Grandma, which I think is hilarious.
Love that. You look less certain. Do you not love the name Spooky Grandma for John Wick?
Well, how is he spooky? Oh, wait, never mind. You know, he's pretty spooky. How is he a grandma?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, if they were calling him a spooky hag, I'd probably get it.
Spooky old crone.
However, just clarifying now, it does not mean boogeyman. However, Spooky Grandma is a pretty good descriptor for Baba Yaga. Depending on the story, Baba is either a singular witch or a trio of #sister hags. Yes, I will be making girl boss jokes throughout this entire thing.
Then I'm going to cut you off right here.
She is a very old woman, like old.
Does she gaslight gatekeep girl boss?
Huh?
Does she gaslight gatekeep girl boss?
I would say so. We'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, she has bony legs, a crooked nose that is so long it is sometimes said to brush the ceiling of her hut.
Me too.
Piercing cold eyes and iron teeth.
Same.
In fact, despite her famously large appetite, which we'll get into, she's known as the bony one due to her unnatural skinny appearance. Friendly, right? On top of that, every part of her body is described as grotesque and deformed. She is as morally confusing as she is ugly, serving as both a malicious villain and helpful figure, depending on the legend. Sometimes she'll be she'll be both in one legend. So, now to everyone's favorite part of the episode, we're going to talk about transportation and housing.
What?
Talking about transportation and housing.
Didn't think that's where this would go.
I was really expecting something worse, but transportation and housing is like a welcome refuge.
Oh, believe me, this is actually my favorite thing in this script.
Does it get worse from here?
Oh, yeah. So just like any modern woman, Baba Yaga has places to be. She's a class act girl boss. So she's got kids to eat.
The amount of girl boss jokes.
I'm enjoying this.
I am not.
She lives deep in the woods. So she needs to go somewhere. So a broomstick is fine for the average swamp witch. But like our girl Baba, she needs an upgrade. So in most stories about her, she flies around in a giant mortar. And she holds the pestle in her right hand, using it as a rudder, while carrying a broom in her left.
So the broom is there for decoration?
Oh no, she uses the broom.
She hits children with the broom.
You'll see. When she does her business, also known as cannibalism, the pestle is used to grind the bones of the people she eats, and the broom is for wiping away all the evidence so no one can find her.
Oh, as you do.
Technically, cannibalism is like a person eating another person, or like an animal eating another animal of the same breed. Baba Yaga's not a person, so this is just murder.
Okay, cannibalism is used in every single source I see, though, so I'm saying cannibalism because it is used throughout my sources.
If she's not a person, then how could she murder them?
There are ways.
But yeah, don't worry. I know this is such a luxurious mode of transportation, but her house is just as luxurious. It's alive. Its windows are its eyes, and its keyhole is a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. And
so if you try and put your key in, it just bites your hand off. It's like, you can't come in.
It's like Monster House.
Yeah, best of all, it is kind of like Monster House. But best of all, it has fully functioning chicken legs.
Can you imagine? You're just like, I want to move, and your house is like, all right, it gets up and it boosts.
Of
No,
all
the
things,
hut
it has
literally
chicken
runs.
legs.
It runs around on chicken legs.
What, like, so you want it to have human?
Stronger legs.
I don't know.
You
The
really
art is
want it to move.
hilarious. Yeah, the hut really likes to run around because it's pretty shy. It doesn't like people.
Well, neither do I, but you won't see me running.
And it'll also turn its back to visitors unless they say the magical phrase, which I didn't write down, but it's something like,
Abracadabra.
turn your front to me. And it really, like, would rather if there just weren't people around it, which, like, me too, hut.
Same.
Oh yeah, one more fun detail about the hut. Less fun than the chicken
has
legs,
arms.
so pretty fun.
It has arms. It has a head.
Nope, but it does have some protection, like it does have some armor from the world. So Baba Yaga has a fence installed made of human bones, and atop all but one fence post rests lanterns that are made inside human skulls. One post is bare because she wants you to know that you could be next. Isn't that so nice?
I was gonna say, man, I feel bad for that house. I want to go over there and tell them, hey, it's okay, but not anymore. No.
You don't want your skull turned into a lantern.
No, I'm good. I think I'll pass. Not
Why?
this time.
You could be a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah,
maybe.
sort of.
Yep.
You get to learn more about those skull lanterns later. You are not going to expect where this is about to go.
You use them to bake bread. I don't know. In the Were Hyenas
No.
episode, you're like, some of them bake bread. And I was like, all right, so bread is
No,
just
they make horseshoes.
whatever.
Now it's time we talk about Baba herself and her powers. So I'm going to make the note now. Baba Yaga has no real morals of her own. She really doesn't care, she just wants to eat people. However, she does follow a set of rules. She won't go after anyone unless they've provoked her, also known as show up at her house, and she operates on a system of work, which basically the heroes and legends who encounter her are given a list of insanely hard chores, which usually cannot be accomplished without force from or without aid from kinder forces. If you succeed, she will give you a gift or grant you a wish, but if you fail, she eats you.
Fair's fair.
Yeah, you know the bargain you're making when you show up. This doesn't fit in anywhere else, but she does also have the bizarre ability to detach her own hands and send them to do her bidding. This is not brought up again, but it was mentioned.
Why would you want to do that?
Why not?
Pickpocketing?
Hey, that's pickpocketing.
What?
Pickpocketing.
Yeah.
True.
To be fair,
I
she
think it
probably
did
just
mention
killed
like one of my sources that she uses it to like help her cook, but I'm
But
not
then
really sure.
what does she do with her stubs?
Maybe chills out? I don't know.
How do you chill out with stubs?
Well,
Don't worry about it. Anyways, she has an immense amount of power and knowledge, and she even functions as a sort of Mother Nature figure, but we'll get into that later. So now we're going to talk about our main legend of the day, which is the legend of Vasilisa the Beautiful. I promise it is less traumatic than Dragons of Italy.
No, I don't get to hear about Mucinex anymore.
No.
He's
So
living
this story,
happily with his bird wife. It's fine.
this
I don't
story
feel bad
starts
for
off pretty similarly to our legend of Cinderella. So basically, incredibly beautiful girl, her mom dies, her father remarries a horrible woman with two ugly, horrible daughters.
Cool.
So importantly, this will come up again later, Vasilisa's mother left her an enchanted doll, which would help her throughout life.
She couldn't have given her something more helpful than the doll.
Oh, believe me, the doll is actually a good present. We stand this doll.
But dolls are inherently just creepy, though.
Oh, I agree with that. I hate dolls, but I like this doll. But yeah, so one day, her dad was like, I'm gonna go on a business trip or something like that. I don't know. Whatever peasants at the time did. And so Vasilisa's mother was like, bye, honey, and then sold his house behind his back and moved the three girls out into the woods.
Well, yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are two separate versions of the beginning of this story that I read. The second half of the story always follows the same plot, but how Vasilisa gets to where she gets depends on the story. So the first version was that all three girls were forced into servitude by the stepmother, and they were forced to complete impossible tasks by candlelight. So in this version, her stepsisters, who, I'm going to make this very clear, her stepsisters are still horrible. So they basically order/harass Vasilisa into going to find more light so they can see better to do their work. In the other version I read, only Vasilisa was forced into servitude, kind of like our Cinderella. However, her beauty distracted suitors, so her stepmother decided to get rid of her so her biological daughters have a chance at marriage, and purposefully sends her to get light from Baba Yaga, so the witch will kill her.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is like Really, really loving her children here.
Oh yeah,
Mother of the
absolutely.
Year.
Oh, absolutely. Mother of the Year.
Absolutely. So either way, the abused Vasilisa takes her magical doll and they find their way to Baba Yaga. So
How
from
old
here
is
on out,
Vasilisa?
she's marrying age, so probably like 15 or 16.
Let's go with 17 or 18 to make ourselves feel better.
She's still a child, but
17 it is.
yeah, we'll say 17, even though she's probably younger than that.
Probably.
But anyways, she takes her doll and they find their way to Baba Yaga.
Plot
So
twist, she's 30
Baba,
years
as
old carrying a doll around.
Huh?
I said plot twist, she's 30 years old carrying a doll around.
I don't blame her, honestly. We'll get into that. So Baba orders her to do numerous difficult, almost impossible chores, but her doll actually comes to her aid and helps her complete these chores. She stays there for at least a full day, though I think it's longer, and she notably remains very polite and kind to the witch. At one point, Baba tasks Vasilisa with separating a pile of grains, but the magical doll is like, you know what, bestie, I got this. You need to go to sleep. So Vasilisa was like, cool, I need sleep, and slept for the night. So she woke up in the morning, and Baba Yaga, I believe, was gone at this time, and she sees a rider dressed all in white on a milk white horse who does like a loop around the hut before disappearing. Very soon after, a rider all in red atop a blood red horse does the same rotation. Around the same time that Baba Yaga returns in the evening, a rider in all black with a coal black horse does this rotation as well. Vasilisa completes her tasks, thinking about those riders, but being like, you know what, I'll ask later. And she finishes her tasks, and Baba Yaga keeps her word. She gifts the girl one of her skull lanterns, promising it will help her go free of her oppressed family. Vasilisa thanks her, and then she thinks about those horses again, and she's like, yo, what are those? And Baba Yaga's like, oh yeah, that's the day, the sun, and the night, and they do my bidding.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so this is
But
what I
also,
mentioned.
you know, if you were stuck in this terrible thing, you know, you got a bad stepmother and you come back with a skull lantern, pretty cool, you know, you could be like, look, if you will let me go, this is what you'll be.
The story's not done yet, Madison.
What?
But yeah, anyways, those riders, basically the fact that she controls the day, the sun, and the night, that's when people are like, oh, she's powerful. Because she literally controls time. So Vasilisa is like, okay, it's time to go. So she thanks her, and she leaves with her lantern. And when she gets there, the skull lantern incinerates her entire family. Yeah, so in a twisted way, she went free.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a happy ending to the story besides the fact that 3 people just got brutally murdered.
They were terrible people. It's fine.
Yeah. Vasilisa actually went on to marry the Tsar, and lived happily ever after, so good for her.
Wait, she married who?
The Tsar of Russia.
Oh, okay. I heard she married the sun, and I was like, wow.
I heard that too.
I mean, the sun is dressed all in red, so like maybe he thought, I don't know.
But well, the sun is hot.
She marries the Tsar of Russia.
She just flew into the sun and got burned alive. Willingly flew into the sun.
So Baba Yaga is an unusually ambiguous folklore character, because usually folklore characters have a strong, like, right, wrong way of being.
Yeah, they have a purpose. They have a purpose to the story, to teach a lesson.
Yes. No clear morals can really be gleaned from her because you never know what she's gonna do. And most of the stories about Baba Yaga are actually more so focused on the heroes and heroines who encounter her. However,
as always, you know, usually it's more focused on the hero than the antagonist in the story because they want you to believe the hero's side of the story more.
It's really, you honestly don't know until like the end of the story whether she's the antagonist or whether she's helping. Like, she's just confusing. However, her power is not to be denied. In fact, she's actually sort of connected to a creation myth. The story, which is a much shorter one, follows a princess named Katerina who was running away from, I'm sorry in advance, incestuous advances from her brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait too.
Yeah, no, don't blame her. But in this myth, Baba Yaga has a daughter, and that daughter befriends Katerina. I like to think they were lovers. However, Baba Yaga sees Katerina and thinks, tasty. So the girls are like, bye, and they run. And as they're running, Baba Yaga is chasing them, so they throw things at her. These 3 items are a comb, a brush, and a hand towel.
What are you supposed to do?
What?
You beast! Throw a comb.
Oh, you'll see what they're about to do, because the comb turns into a mountain range, the brush turns into a forest, and the towel turns into a lake.
As it does, logic.
Successfully creating like a country, and also successfully delaying Baba Yaga so they can get away. So we're gonna end this we're gonna end this episode talking about winter, because I did tell you guys at the beginning to get cozy. So Baba Yaga is sometimes seen as the manifestation of winter or storms. There are other times where she's a goddess like Persephone, but I didn't really find any elaboration on that. So the counterpart to her malevolence, and these two have a lot of stories together, but unfortunately we don't have time to get into them, is the benevolent Morozko, or as we know him, Jack Frost. He's a powerful winter wizard.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. You better have consent to do that. I said you better have consent to do that, or I'm going to drop kick him.
Yeah, so anyways, Morozko is commonly associated with Dead Moroz, who is the Russian equivalent of Santa Claus. Hey! First Christmas episode. These two are very similar to in-laws in that they fight during the holidays. Russian New Year, or at least at the time these legends came around, is celebrated similarly to Western Christmas. So Morozko and his granddaughter, who doesn't have a name apparently, have to fight off Baba Yaga's attempts to steal presents from under the New Year's tree. I don't know about you guys, but I really want to just see a movie about that. But yeah, anyways.
Rise of the Guardians with Santa and Jack Frost.
Cute Jack Frost. Anyways, that's where we're going to end today's episode.
What, did I just pull one out of the back pocket there?
Yeah, unlocked a memory right there.
Oh, we know you love that movie.
Okay, I loved that movie more in 6th grade. Anyways, what did you guys think?
I thought it was interesting. I really had no knowledge as to like what Baba Yaga originated from, so that was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say she was related, or like not related to, but like talked about with the Rusalka?
Yeah, so I actually couldn't find that connection, but in the Rusalka, it said that they were her handmaidens and they like manned her fields.
Okay.
So they were her.
Okay. Because I remember in the Rusalka episode you mentioned Baba Yaga. Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing is don't try and find Baba Yaga's chicken leg house.
No, just leave her in the chicken leg house alone. That is the best way to avoid getting murked by Baba Yaga.
Don't go hunting a chicken leg house. If you see a house and it sprouts chicken legs, go the other way. Otherwise, the house would go the other way from you.
That'd be so cool.
Just take a video of it.
Yeah.
Take a video.
I will say there are like dozens of other legends that I read for this one, and I wish I could have included all of them. I could easily do a part 2. However, time. So I went over Vasilisa the Beautiful because it's the most popular legend. However, I might send you the link to the ones I read because they are hilarious. Yeah, so...
Do Baba Yaga and her chicken leg house do a little dance?
No, but there's a lot of trying to eat children.
What else is new on this podcast?
Not much.
We talk a lot about eating children.
We do.
Don't eat children. It's bad. Murder. It's cannibalism.
But yeah, anyways, I enjoyed learning about our feminist icon today. And what's up next week?
Up next, because this is the last episode of November. I know how my months work.
Yes.
We will be going into December, and we will be getting into our Christmas episodes. And our first creature that we will be talking about is Belshnikov.
I'm so excited.
Oh, you should be. Belshnikov is a Germanic tale, or a lot of like the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Eastern European area, but primarily like Germanic. I am greatly looking forward to it.
I am really actually looking forward to our Christmas episodes.
I am too. The entirety of December, like we've mentioned many, many times, the entirety of December will be all Christmas episodes.
Yes, I'm just so excited to do the 13 Icelandic Santa Clauses. You have no idea.
Is it chaotic?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
All right. So, my wish for you guys, I'll go first, I guess, because I have it written right here, is that you find the best coat possible for the winter weather you're dealing with.
My wish is that when you go take a shower and you immediately, you turn the water on, you don't turn the water on too hot and get in and get scalded.
That's a good one.
My wish is that... might contradict a lot of other people, but I'm wishing for some more actual snowy weather during
Hey, me too.
during December. and not
Yes.
like January or February.
Y'all are crazy.
February.
It's so nice though.
I don't
Snow
like
is
snow. I
fun.
don't like snow.
That's because you're a Grinch.
I know I'm a Grinch.
Oof.
I will go out in the snow and I will take pictures in the snow, but I vastly prefer sitting inside where I am warm. I do not like being out in the snow and getting like damp.
Well, that's good
I
too.
love snow.
But you can also admire the snow.
Yeah, I admire the snow, but I don't like being in it.
The great thing about snow is you can be in it, or you can be inside with a book and a cup of hot cocoa. There's
That's
so
what I
many
prefer.
options.
Anyways,
Anyway,
thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, please like the video, as one does. Subscribe to the channel. And go follow us on Instagram at everythingbutthefairytalesink. Go follow us on TikTok at everythingbutthefairytalesink. Website's a no-go for the time being because we are just having so many issues, and we will be focusing on social media and YouTube. If we hit 50 followers on Instagram and 50 subscribers on YouTube, I will buy a poster of Loki, and he will probably be in the background of the videos, depending on where I choose to film. If we hit 100, Karina will buy a poster of Shang-Chi, and if we hit 1,000, my stepdad, Steve, will pretend to milk the plastic cow at Hagen. Anything else that needs to be said for the good of the order, speak now or forever hold your peace.
once again, we hope that you had a good Thanksgiving, or if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, we hope you had a good day.
Don't get trampled on Black Friday today. Don't get trampled today. And if you're watching this from the
celebrate Small
hospital
Business
because you were
Saturday.
trampled, I'm sorry.
What?
It's like if you're watching this from the hospital because you got trampled, I'm sorry.
Black Friday scares me. But yeah, celebrate Small Business Saturday. Is Cyber Monday a thing?
Cyber
Yeah.
Monday is a thing still, yeah.
So if you don't
Celebrate
wanna go out,
all
I
the
don't
times
blame
of
you.
buying things for sale.
Yes. Take advantage of the fact that
Take
sales
advantage
exist.
of sales. So long, farewell.
Well, I
need
need to
to-
say I don't remember those words.
I need to think of other things to say. Toodaloo, kangaroo. After a while.
Bye.